Hi, and welcome back to my 10-day series on 10 days to winning ways. Today in Module 6, we're going to talk about overcoming procrastination. How do we overcome it? Procrastination is a big problem in our society, and there's reasons why we procrastinate. So let's get into it. So what's the definition of procrastination? Never put off tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. This is what Mark Twain said, and he was kind of a funny guy, but he's really right about it. So what exactly is procrastination? It's putting things off and off and off and off, and sometimes never getting them done. Most of us will procrastinate occasionally. I know I procrastinate. I have two puppy dogs that are babies. They're about 4 or 5 months old, and every morning about 4:30, 5 o'clock, they get me up. Now that's early. I'm not ready to do very much at that hour of the day. I get them ready to go. I get their food. I get everything ready for them. And then I'm not ready to do things. So this is my internet time. I get on Facebook. I look at my Facebook. I look at my email. And I do my Bible studies and all that stuff at that time. And then by about 8 o'clock, I'm ready to go. But at 5:30 in the morning, I'm just not ready to go. So I procrastinate. Some people are procrastination addicts, however. It's like a drug addiction to them. Postponing a task makes us anxious, relieves stress in the moment, just like gambling or substance abuse. But then the problem is compounded later. But feeling better for the moment is more compelling. After you procrastinate too much, what happens? It becomes desperation. Let's say you know it's going to take 2 or 3 days to do something, and you put it off until 2 hours before the deadline. It's a desperation move at that point. Ask yourself this. Why do you procrastinate? My procrastination stems from my fear of people. I think I told you before that I was born and raised out in the country. Until I went to school, I really didn't see anybody but my parents, and I feared people. But it's a whole lot deeper than that. I play off of people's emotions. So when somebody is trying to control me, I can get sucked in very easily. I also get sucked into with people that are anxious or upset about something. I've been working with a guy here on a project, and he's a very anxious person. And I play off that emotion, and pretty soon I'm like, all upset and going crazy. Fortunately, I have a husband that's very good at pointing that stuff out to me, and he goes, honey, you just need to settle down. And that helps me a lot. So he's helping me overcome this thing that I got going on and playing off people's emotions. I'd rather do something that does not involve people because of that thing that I do, that I get so involved in people's emotions. But I'm overcoming this fear because of my strong sense of purpose. I know I need to help people. I know society needs what I have to give them. So that's my reason for overcoming this fear. So do you have a strong enough purpose so they can overcome what's standing in the way of you doing what you're supposed to do? This is what Jeffrey Combs says about procrastination. And one of the things you need to do to stop procrastinating is be focused. And he says being focused is a skill and a habit. If you are unfocused and overwhelmed, you will tend to procrastinate and feel disappointed. To improve your focus requires discipline and reasons to succeed bigger than your problems. Being focused will also change your identity, contradict your struggle. This process is affirmed by saying, I am focused. Here again, a strong sense of purpose. How do you overcome procrastination then? Just get started. That's one of the ways you do it. Minimize distractions, restrict your time, reward yourself for getting things done early, become accountable to someone, do the tough stuff when you're sharp. And if you're in a leadership position, sometimes you just need to let the procrastinator fail. So just get started. Don't make it any more complicated than that. Just get started. Do it parts at a time. Take on a big project and break it down into manageable parts. I have this problem. Sometimes I see a big project and it looks overwhelming to me. But if I start to break it down into I'm going to do this day, I'm going to do this day, and I'm going to do this day, it's not so bad. Then I can get started without a problem of feeling overwhelmed. And once you get on a roll, you'll get it done. Limit distractions. If you want an office in your home, then make an office in your home a separate space where you can do things. Because if you make your office in front of your TV, you'll never get anything done. Make your office a temple for your work. If you have an office in an office building, if you work for somebody and you're doing something, you need to set some boundaries and just say, I'm doing this right now. Don't come and talk to me. If you have kids and you're doing it at home, or a wife or a husband, you just have to say, right now I'm doing something. Kids will go out for ice cream afterwards, but right now we're doing something. I need you to go away. If you browse the internet too much, you can get software that cuts your web browsing time. Restrict your time. Instead of giving yourself a long time to do a lot, give yourself a short time to do a little. Pick goals and break it down into sub-goals. When we break down things, it strengthens our sense of urgency. So let's say you have a purpose, and your purpose is you want to help children in Africa. You decided you're going to help 1,000 children in Africa, and you don't know how to get started. Most people, they want to go from step 1 to step 1,555 all in one big swoop, but it doesn't happen that way. You have to break it down into sub-goals. So decide for yourself, how are you going to get this out there that you want to help people in Africa? The first thing you need to do is decide, do I want to start calling people that have money that could help me get to Africa to help these people? Or do I want to put up a website and drive traffic to the website to announce that this is what I'm going to do? Let's say you decide, I want to put up a website. So the next thing you need to decide is, how am I going to do this? Am I going to do it by myself with, say, like a WordPress plugin or something like that? Or am I going to have somebody help me do it? So let's say you decide that you're going to have somebody help you do it. Well, you have time on Saturday morning. So from 8 to 11 on Saturday morning, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on the internet. I'm going to call people. I'm going to Skype them. I'm going to get somebody to help me put up my website. That's how you do it. You break it down into goals, small sub-goals. Now, once you do this, you got a sense of urgency. I've got to get this done on Saturday morning. Reward yourself for getting things done early. Give yourself a reward for doing something early. Take yourself and your family out to lunch. If you finish a project early, go to a movie. Let's say you have this goal of finding somebody on Saturday morning, and it only takes you an hour. So now you take the kids out for lunch, you take them out to a movie, whatever, but reward yourself for doing something early. Be accountable to someone. Give them your schedule. So let's say I'm going to get this done between 8 and 11. I'm going to go find somebody to do my website. Well, you give it to a friend or your wife or something, and it's their job to hold you accountable to get this done on Saturday morning. Have them call you to make sure you're following the schedule. Don't rescue the procrastinator, but express confidence in them. So if you're the one that's they're being accountable to, you don't want to say, okay, forget about it. I'll go get the person for you that's going to make your website. Don't do that. But express confidence in them that they can do it. So they miss the Saturday morning thing. Tell them, do it Monday night. And express confidence that they can do it. Do this tough stuff when you're sharp. Don't do unpleasant tasks when you're tired. For sure you'll blow it off when you're tired. I know you will. I'm like that. Most people only have a few peak hours of productivity during the day. Choose your peak time and do the tough stuff then. With me, I get up so early in the morning. By about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm done. If I'm not doing my recording between about 7 and 11 in the morning, it does not get done because those are my peak times. Now, after about 1 or 2, I can do the simpler things, but the tough stuff where I need the energy, like recording, I'm not going to do it in the afternoon. I already know that. Let procrastinators fail. Sometimes the only way you can get a grip on procrastination is to face the consequences firsthand. You want to help other people succeed. Mostly it's innate in people that they want to see other people succeed. But sometimes the best thing you can do for a procrastinator is just allow them to fail. My husband has a daughter who is a procrastinator. She's one of the best procrastinators that I know. It took her 8 years to get through college. The reason it took her so long is because she procrastinated on getting her assignments done, and she failed classes because she just wouldn't get them in on time, or she'd do them at the last minute and they weren't good. Twice she got kicked out of school because of her grades. She finally got through, but she had to face the consequences of failing because she procrastinated so much. You must have a strong sense of purpose and destiny. This will help you overcome any fear you have of stepping out. Go back and listen to my module 2 again on purpose and passion. If you get a strong sense of destiny, it will help you overcome your urge to procrastinate. Here's your homework. Evaluate the areas in your life that you procrastinate. Where do you procrastinate? And why do you procrastinate? Are you afraid of something? Are you ADHD? What is it? Why are you procrastinating? Write that down. And what steps can you take to overcome the urge to procrastinate? Let's say you can break it down into small steps and give yourself a certain time during the day to do what you're going to do. And then write that down. So we are back again where the rubber meets the road. I love to help people achieve their purpose and their destiny. And right now I'm working with people on getting the money and the time freedom that they need to have to do this. If you're interested in joining me, please call me. Now let me tell you, this may not be easy for you and it's a learning process. But if you're interested, call me at 575-524-0777, or you can call my husband. His number is 575-621-2212. You can email me at support@betterrecruitingnow.com. If you got this from a member of my team, get back with them with the information that they provided you in their email.